chunk there to take him down to the 30. A roller coaster of events, if you could say. Shotgun snap here. Fakes the handoff to Carroll. Carroll up the middle, but stuffed. Nowhere to go there on third down. We'll bring up a 4th and short. A little bit of no man's land here. They'll have to decide what to do. Different package coming in here. They're bringing in Tuatelli. Offense staying out on the field by swapping Tuatelli for Barnes there. Probably looking to go with a heavier set. We'll see if they try to run to pick up this 4th down. It'll be a 4th and short here from the 30-yard line. Carroll in the shotgun. Trying to draw him off sides here. They won't bite. Carroll takes a snap. Handoff Carroll running up the middle. Has a hole. He won't be tackled until he gets to the first down. Xavier Carroll, first down. And the Raiders are in business. If you're just joining us here on the Raider Sports Network, Hudson Ridley joining you here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We are aware we had some technical difficulties to start out, but should be all good for now. Our pregame show will be moved then to the halftime show. We'll sure you enjoy that one. Handoff here up the middle. Carroll has a hole, but thrown back after a gain of a couple. So a gain of 3 there. Ooh, little voice crack already. We will remind you that voice cracks do happen on this broadcast. It is a high school broadcast. We are not immune to that, unfortunately. So to bring up a 2nd and 7. Looking to the sideline, for the play call. Man in motion across formation is Metzger. He gets set. Another man in motion is Barnes. Looks like it's a jet sweep. It will be. To the left sideline. Barnes has speed. Fastest man in the state down the sideline. Can't stay in. DeAndre Barnes, though, picking up a first down. And the Raiders will move the chains yet again. Barnes on offense and kick return this year has been lethal. We hope for more of the same. Three receiver set out here. Hayden Moore in the slot. Man in motion is Metzger again. Second play in a row we've seen this. Snap. Gets it off to Carroll. He's got a hole up the middle and walks in. Xavier Carroll to the end zone, and that's how you start a drive. Raiders lead 6-0. Great blocking there by the interior of the offensive line, just pushing them off their marks, and then Carroll with the vision there to find the hole. Gets up the middle. Couple laid hands on him, but was just able to power right through. On to take the extra point, Ty Murphy. Holder will be Dallas Macias. Snap is good, hold is good, nearly blocked off the edge, but that one will go up and through and over the stands. Extra point is good there. So a 7-0 lead for the Raiders right out of the gate. Only one play on offense here tonight for Chaparral, that interception by Kylan Wilson. We haven't seen his interception numbers be very high this year. We've seen a lot of success from him, but taking on weaker competition. The Raiders and the Wolverines have the same record, but do not be fooled. The Raiders 3-2 comes against two of the best teams in the state, arguably the two best teams in the state, coming as losses, Creek and Valor. The losses for Chaparral, not as good, you could say. So on paper, based on record, would be an even matchup. But if you look deeper into it, the teams that they play and the strength of schedule, the Raiders suddenly look like the much better team in this matchup. McCullough to take the kickoff here. His last kickoff went to the end zone. This one will as well. Right at the goal line, he'll return. Cuts to the outside. Can't pick up a tackle there. Tries to pick up a block. He's got a hole down the sideline. Few men to beat, and McCullough, the kicker, makes the tackle. Forced out of bounds there by McCullough, as we mentioned. Always nice to see the kicker get a tackle, but once he does, you know something's gone kind of wrong. Raiders let up a big return here. Let's see if the Wolverines can counteract this. Raiders already starting a "We Can't Hear You" chant to the student section of about, I'd say, 40 kids tops for Chaparral. That's just bullying at this point. Kylan Wilson here in the shotgun. Man behind him is Vogt. Takes the snap, looking right side, throws it behind him. So Kylan Wilson to start the game, only one of his 2 passes has found a target. That target with Joshua Harvey, though, on an interception. So really 0 for 2 here for an interception for Kylan Wilson. Getting the play call ready in the huddle here. They get to the line. Wilson. Man in motion across formation. They'll fake the handoff to Vogt. Pressure on already. Hit as he throws, and a bomb down the field. That's probably going to be a late hit on the quarterback. Nothing you can really do there. Tuatelli doesn't like that call. Actually, it'll be holding against the defense is what it looks like. Holding offense. He had his sides mixed up there, I was going to say. Holding defense for what? Holding call on the play. So that'll move him back.
Holding. Offense number 53. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains second down.
So holding on the offense, it'll remain second down. That's not what you want if you're Chaparral. Most plays you've run thus far have backfired, so a tough start for them here tonight. And now this second and forever. We'll start with Wilson in the shotgun. Man behind him is Vogt. Handoff. Bouncing it to the outside. Gets around. Gets a block. Being chased down to the sideline. They'll pick up the yardage and more. First down, Wolverines. A good run there. This combination of a backfield for Chaparral has worked pretty well thus far. Wilson and Vogt just in terms of yardage as they march down the field here. Handoff again to the outside, picks up a block, but won't get much more. Metzger met him initially, and Padgett was there to wrap up. Along with Hilliard. So a gang tackle there for the Raiders brings up a 2nd and 10. Still leading 7-0. If you are just joining us here on the Raider Sports Network, we apologize for our original technical difficulties, but we're up and running now. Hudson Ridley, alongside Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West up top on camera. Wilson out of the shotgun. Man in motion here and a jump. Looks like that'll be on number 76 on the offensive line. That will be. So that goes against number 76, Luke Hill, the senior. That'll move him back. Penalties on this drive you think would have costed them more than it actually has, but they're still not in too bad position. They have it on the Raiders' half of the field here. It's a 2nd down, so we'll see what they can do with it. 2nd and 15 now. Man in motion across the formation. And another flag. We'll see what this one is on. Encroachment on the defense. We'll go against Metzger there. So, trading penalties there will just put us right back where we started. Or 5 yards back, excuse me, from where we started. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here. Wilson breaks the huddle here. Lewis in motion. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself, but well set edge there, and the Raiders rally to the tackle. Met initially there by Tony Padilla and wrapped up by Nooney Tuatelli. Good play there from the Raiders. So the Raiders defense getting in here early. Some substitutions. Padilla will come off. Mason Simonson will check on in his place. Simonson, also part of the choir, sang the national anthem before the game. Really cool shot to see him in his pads standing around everyone else in that choir. Man in motion here. It's a designed quarterback run, but Wilson has nowhere to go. That'll bring up a 4th down and 11. We've seen them run some of the same formations with Cisco Lewis coming across the front and a snap to Wilson and a bit of an option to run it with Vogt or keep it himself. And, based on the stats, you'd think that Wilson would keep it more, but hasn't been the case here tonight as Vogt has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So the offense will stay out on the field for a 4th and 11. If you're a 3-2 team looking for an upset on the homecoming week of another school, why not? Rolling out, designed rollout left, looking downfield, has a man. No, he doesn't. Hits the hands of Dervin Taylor. Good comeback coverage from him there, but actually smart play. You know what? We're going to spin the narrative here. Taylor dropped that on purpose for field position. Raiders will take over at their own 31-yard line. Impressive showing thus far from the defense, shutting Wilson down. He's still out there. He's got to be gassed already. Kylan Wilson, as we mentioned, starting quarterback, also listed on the roster as the running back, has about 12,000 total yards. Actually, more than that on the season, about 13,000 total yards. He's been their offense, and if you watch the film, sometimes their defense. Handoff up the middle. Medina, Carroll kept it on the outside. A stiff arm and out of bounds. A fake so well it fooled me. Carroll will get pushed out of bounds there, but he won't pick up the 1st down. Raiders on a 2nd and medium here. Call it a 2nd and 3. They get to the line. Bottom of your screen, DeAndre Barnes. Man in the slot, Luke Ford. Up top, Dallas Macias. Snap. Hands it off this time. Medina, nice cut in the backfield to avoid a tackle. Still going. Anthony Medina keeps the legs moving. Also, check out Tyler Berteau getting a pancake there downfield. And that'll move the chains. So Medina doesn't give up there, keeps the legs moving, and picks up a 1st down on sheer manpower there. 4:30 remaining in this first quarter of action. Raiders lead 7-0. Medina still in the backfield. Carroll takes the snap. It's a throw over the head of Metzger there. So the defensive end, tight end, Andrew Metzger, couldn't catch that one. Ball just a little too high for him there. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Raiders have done a good job moving the ball here today. Converted on their first drive, putting up 7 points. Trying to do the same on their second. Carroll takes the snap. It's an option, but whistle blown beforehand, and we'll see what the communication is. Didn't see a flag go down. Maybe they're trying to respot this ball. We'll see what happened. Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense. Our 2nd encroachment call of the game. Not often you see that. A 2nd and 5 upcoming now. Raiders student section really getting into it tonight. As we mentioned, this is the Raiders' homecoming game, trying to improve their record to 4-2. Good start thus far, 7-0 lead. Carroll out of the shotgun here, takes a snap, looking left side, pressure on there. Needs to get rid of it here, nearly taken down and run into there. Field position flip here now for Chaparral. Pressure got in there and just a little too overwhelming. We saw a good block on the backside by Medina, but only so long you can hold that. Carroll scrambled back to the middle, but that's where he got caught. Did not see the other rusher as they got into the backfield there. It'll bring up a 3rd and 19. You got to imagine a pass play on the way. Now, with the zone that Chaparral will likely be playing, or not zone, just deeper coverage here. Hold that thought. They're getting pretty close to the line here. Takes the snap, looking to the sideline and nearly intercepted there. Tipped and out of bounds. So it'll bring up a 4th and 17, and Brooks Garrick comes on to punt. Garrick, the School of Mines commit as a pitcher. Also punts. We saw him make a nice tackle in kick coverage earlier. And a nice tackle on the sideline as well during defense. He also plays corner, so he does it all. For you Chaparral fans joining us, maybe you could call him our Kylan Wilson. Snap. Punt. It's a good one there. End over end. Fielded there. Able to get around one tackler. Turns the corner here. Another nice return for Chaparral as he brings it out to the 50. So Braid Monroe, 2 nice returns here tonight for Monroe after we saw him struggle with the first one. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 49. So Chaparral just inside their own half of the field here. Going to look to march down and try to tie the score here. We'll see what happens. Wilson in the shotgun. Running left side here, has a hole and brought down, but not after a nice gain there. A lot of designed runs for the quarterback here tonight. We see that on film a lot as he has more rush yards than passing yards, I believe, coming into the game. Don't quote me on this. Over 750, I'm very sure of rushing yards from a quarterback through 5 games. Pretty impressive. To go along with 12 rushing touchdowns. So if you look at the stat sheet, he has been their offense thus far. Man in motion here is Stokes. Tuatelli put him under pressure, and Dallas Macias with a little bit of a late hit there, but ball dropped by Keenan Stokes. We were not given the best picture here tonight of the roster, so excuse me if it takes a little while to get the names for Chaparral down. Got the names for the Raiders down. That is no issue here, but Chaparral names might be a little bit difficult. Wilson now. Seagal in the backfield. Wilson, design throw to the right side. Monroe with the catch and drilled immediately. That'll bring up a 4th down. Now, we saw them go for it the last time from 4th and 11. One can only imagine. 4th and very, very short. It'll be a 4th and 1 here. One can only imagine they'll be going for it, and that's what will happen. Offense is staying out there on the field. They go to get set here. Wilson has Seagal in the backfield. Man in motion here is Stokes. Wilson will take it himself up the middle. Didn't get a lot, but got enough. Kylan Wilson moves the chains for the Wolverines. And Chaparral moving the ball here, getting to a 4th down, but still moving the ball. They'll go to the huddle here. Raider defense, the backbone of this team. Ton of high flyers and big players in the trenches here, so tough assignment here for the Chaparral offense is a designed rollout to the right. Throw on the run, too high there. Throw on the run off the mark. We've seen a few throws on the run here tonight, but none of them have really resulted in much for Chaparral. Haven't been too fortunate. We tick down to 1:07 on the clock. Wilson takes a snap, design run to the right, another design run, and he's stuffed by Macias. That'll bring up a third down, but not after a nice gain. We've seen that play be their bread and butter there, a QB power to either side and mostly the right side. Big blocking assignment if you're that guy, not trying to get your starting quarterback, one of your starting running backs, and your starting free safety hurt all on the same play. That'd be a tough pill to swallow here for Chaparral. Wilson starting to look a little exhausted there. He'll go from the shotgun here on 3rd and 3. Man across is Stokes. And a fumble there on the line. Recovered immediately in a flag. We'll see what this is on. False start there. So a 5-yard penalty and a 3rd down still. So 3rd and 8 upcoming. They'll hope to have better success than they did on that last play. Game clock ticks down to about 10 seconds. We'll see if they run another play here. But as time expires, they will not get a playoff and will end the first half at 7-0. Thank you for joining us for this first quarter of action on the Raider Sports Network. We will be back with you in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and up top, Eliza West. We will see you in just a moment. Back with you now on the Raider Sports Network for our second quarter of action here. Wolverines with a tough decision now. They're going to probably have to throw it, possibly. We've seen them use a lot of QB powers and pick up yardage, so I wouldn't rule a quarterback run out of the question, but it will be a throw, looking right side, pass caught, a flag on the field, spinning around and going down, but will not pick up the first down. Braden Monroe with the catch, but there's a flag on the play, and this one could be coming back. Flag was thrown from the opposite sideline. Raiders head coach Philman pointing at Chaparral, and they're already walking back. So holding on the offense there. It'll stay a 3rd down. Andrew Anderson on that holding call there. So a 3rd and forever upcoming for the Wolverines. See what they elect to do with this one. Trying to quarterback run your way out of a 3rd and 21 might be pretty difficult, but they did it to themselves, shot themselves in the foot with that penalty yardage, so we'll see what they can do. Wilson out of the shotgun. Pressure coming. He's going to take off himself, but drilled. Met by Taylor and Padilla there and dropped. Will not get back to the first down marker, the one before the second one. Tough way to say it there. And Kylan Wilson is backing up. Is he their punter too? Starting free safety, starting quarterback, listed as a starting running back. Will he be their starting punter? They may fake it here. We'll have to see. Nope, they'll get this punt off. So Kylan Wilson, and a good punt from him there too, could be downed inside the 1, but they can't catch up to it. Ball finds the end zone. Pretty impressive from Kylan Wilson, though. Over 1,300 yards of total offense for Wilson on the season through 5 games. 7 passing touchdowns, 12 rushing touchdowns, the starting free safety, and the starting punter. Talk about doing it all. Raiders offense will come out onto the field, and speaking of doing it all, Xander Carroll, another player very similar to Kylan Wilson on the other side, and the fact that a scrambling quarterback, but can also hit those throws on the run, which is something we haven't seen Wilson do. Man in motion is Macias. He'll go outside to Macias, but the ball is dropped. The same play that we saw a big chunk play for on the first drive for the Raiders will result in no yards for this time. So a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Awaiting the play call from the sideline here. Receivers, top of your screen, DeAndre Barnes. Bottom of your screen, Dallas Macias. In the slot, Luke Ford. Backfield is both Carrolls, Xander and Xavier. A snap. Fakes the handoff, face mask on the line there, but he'll fight through. Carroll picking up yardage there. Looked like he got his head spun around in the backfield there, able to throw a little stiff arm, get out of that one, and scurry up the middle there. Took a while for him to get brought down by the 3rd and short upcoming. If you're just joining us here on the Raider Sports Network, Hudson Ridley alongside Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West on top. Happy to bring you this homecoming weekend matchup. As we see the Raiders line up for a 3rd down here. Last thing you want to do is go 3 and out here. Man in motion is Macias, and a flag there. Possibly a mistime snap there. It will be a false start. So it'll actually be a false start there against number 87, Andrew Metzger. And this turns a 3rd and short play call into a 3rd and medium to long play call. We'll see what they end up doing here. Looking to the sideline, awaiting the play call. Clock will run again. Carroll now will take the snap, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, has Metzger, holds on to it, runs over a man, bulldozed right into the dirt, and a 1st down for Andrew Metzger and the Raiders. Ball hit Metzger in the hands, had a tough time gathering that one in, but does so successfully. Runs through a would-be tackler and gets the 1st down. So Medina will check in the backfield here. Carroll still in at quarterback from the shotgun, takes the snap, speed option, outside Medina. He's got blockers, good block, Macias down the field. Medina has a hole, and he'll get down past the 50. Anthony Medina on a speed option there. We'll take that one all the way down to the 47. So a 1st down here for the Raiders. Approaching 9 minutes remaining on the clock. Carroll looking right side, has Barnes. Barnes tries to throw a stiff arm, brought down, but decent yardage on that play there. So it will be a gain of 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Ford will check off here. Into the game is Hayden Moore. Trips left here, just closer into the line. Carroll takes the snap, but a flag. And another false start. So false start there on Sam Little, who I believe was the center for that play. If that was the case, interesting to see a center get called for a false start. Usually when it's a false start involving the center, it'll be everyone but the center. Snap. Carroll will keep it himself, and trying to hold on to the ball, he will, but ball nearly came out. Chaparral was reaching there, and a play will go nowhere, bringing up a 3rd and long. They'll call it a 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14 upcoming here for the Raiders. Just under 8 minutes on the clock now. Carroll has Medina in the backfield. Oh, and possibly a little jump here on the Raiders. So it'll be a false start on the offense here. 5-yard penalty hurts him even more. A 3rd and 19. We saw a similar situation on the other side of the ball for the Wolverines earlier tonight. Wilson puts Macias in motion, takes the snap, designed roll out right. He'll throw on the run underneath to Tuatelli. Tuatelli trying to pick up some extra yardage. He stretches, but it won't be enough. Nooney Tuatelli making it a 4th and manageable, but we'll see if they keep the offense out on the field here. We've seen a number of 4th downs gone for tonight, mostly from Chaparral, but looks like the Raiders could try one here. The offense will stay out on the field. Receivers, for right now, unless any substitutions, will be Barnes, Moore, and Macias. Moore and Macias talk over some details here now and split. They get to the line, but a timeout called first. That'll be the first charge timeout here, and we'll also take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. Hudson Ridley joined by Manus Largan, Nick Marks, and Eliza West up top. We will see you in just a moment. Thank you. So after that timeout, the Raiders will come back out onto the field for a crucial 4th down here. 4th and 6 to go. Carroll has Carroll in the backfield. A design rollout right. Has Tuatelli, decides not to go for him. Eyes downfield. Nearly getting taken down. He'll stay up. Tries to get out of the pocket. Down the sideline. He turns something into nothing. But will it be enough? A flag on the field here. We'll await the call. Still awaiting the call. It'll be a holding on the offense there. So the defense will come out onto the field as it was not enough from Carroll. Carroll there was trapped in a hot box, as they say, but able to get out of it and scramble for nearly the first down. Wasn't able to get it, though. Would have been called back anyway on a holding call, but didn't get it. Penalty declined by Chaparral, and we still have a 7-0 game here in the second quarter. Raiders still leading, pitching a shutout thus far. Knock on wood. Good for us, our press box is all wood, so that'll do us good. Wilson now has Seagal. Man in motion here. Low snap, handoff. looking to the left side. It's a double reverse here, and they'll throw it downfield to Kylan Wilson. Tries to get the edge on Joshua Harvey. I was so distracted there on the call. They'll have a touchdown there. An old play from Belichick's playbook there. All the way downfield for a touchdown to Kylan Wilson. So, thus far tonight, he's been their quarterback, essentially their running back, their punter, starting free safety, and now, based off of the stats, starting wide receiver 1. So, quite an eventful night. Based off of passing stats, though, you could say that whoever threw that pass, we weren't able to catch that. Believe it was Brendan Monroe. Whoever threw that pass would be their leading passer, potentially. Tough to tell. Very mixed up Chaparral team here in terms of offensive personnel. After a timeout there. The extra point will be attempted. Mason Crosby on to kick this one. Don't know where I've heard that name before. Of course, the Packers kicker, Mason Crosby, and this one no different. Not every day you get a kicker with the same name as an NFL kicker. Mason Crosby knocks that one through. I'll be having fun with that all night. We'll be having fun with you all night here on the Raider Sports Network. And we will be back with you in just a moment. Hudson Ridley, Nick Marks, joined by Eliza West and Manus Largan. We'll see you in just a second. Back with you now on the Raider Sports Network. Kickoff set to get underway. We're tied here at 7. Mason Crosby to take this kick. Right hand in the air, steps up to this one and sends it. Wouldn't say long. Well, takes a bounce there and fielded by DeAndre Barnes. Fastest man in the state has a seam. Down the left sideline. Legs still churning, but he's finally taken down. $29-yard return there from Barnes. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. 6:16 on the clock here. Game knotted at 7. Raiders with a great opening drive, but have stalled since then. Chaparral with a horrible opening drive, but have won some of the momentum back with a touchdown score there on a double reverse wide receiver throw. Just Carroll. Man in motion is Macias. Takes the snap, designed run, pitch to Macias. Can't get a block there on the edge, but gets through it anyway. DeAndre Barnes had the block all the way down on the sideline, but in between Barnes and the offensive line was no one. Macias still able to turn that play into something and move the chains. So ball will be placed at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 here for the Raiders as clock ticks under 6 minutes now. Man in motion is Barnes. They'll give the pitch to Barnes and he'll fall down on the edge. Trying to turn the corner there and get behind his blocks. DeAndre Barnes could not do so. So we'll have a 2nd down there. Moore checks into the game now. Still awaiting the play call on the sideline here. Raiders getting set. Coming to the line, not knowing where that ball was placed there. And just miscommunications all over the place there for the Raiders. Carroll wanted Ecubon to go in motion. The play call took a while to come from the sideline. Before that was a timeout. Coach Philman recognizing that his player's not on the same page as him. So good timeout there. And with that timeout, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. Hudson Ridley joined by Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West up top. We will see you in just a moment. Back with you here on the Raider Sports Network. Raiders, after using that timeout, only have one remaining in the half. Carroll in the backfield. Macias at the bottom of your screen. Ford in the slot. Man in motion is Macias. He'll go behind both Carrolls. Looking downfield, and a good pass there. Hayden Moore. Moving the chains here for the Raiders. They'll spot him just past the first down. A rope thrown there by Xander Carroll. And the Raiders are back in motion, looking to take the lead back. Same receivers here in the game. Carroll will take the snap. He'll hand off, and taken down in the backfield there is Xavier Carroll. Nice play there by number 57, Joffrey Freeman, the senior from Chaparral. They'll bring up a 2nd and long here. So 2nd and 15. Raiders looking to gain back that yardage here. Medina in the backfield. Snap, looking left side. Ball tipped! Was intended there for Macias. That's the second good play we've seen tonight out of Luke Belvin Jr. Just a good tip there, bringing up a 3rd and 15. So coming into the game, we expected the Raider offense to be able to move the ball efficiently, but that has not been the case here tonight. Penalty yardage really costing the team here, and just some blown up plays as we have a 3rd and 15 in a tie game. Carroll will take the snap, designed rollout. He'll hand it off Medina. A delayed handoff. He'll go up the middle. Anthony Medina makes the cutback to the end zone. To the pylon. Touchdown, Anthony Medina. All the way to the house. Delayed handoff on a 3rd and 15. And the Raiders make it a 13-7 ball game. Good call there on looked like a designed rollout right. Medina was still there, had a delayed handoff. Just took that one up the middle, picked up a few nice blocks, and just that cutback on the outside down the field had the defender stumbling. Macias will be the holder for this extra point. Ty Murphy. Snap, hold, sweeps the leg, and the extra point is good. So with that, we'll take a timeout on the Raider Sports Network. Hudson Ridley joined by Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West up top. We will see you in just a second. So Dylan McCullough to take this kickoff here. Raiders extending their lead 14-7 here. 3:54 on the clock. McCullough gears up for this one, and the kick is off. Fielded by Vogt, nearly fumbled that one. Coming up through the outside here. Tries to turn the corner but won't. So return setting up Chaparral here in their own half. Just a reminder, once it gets to halftime, do stick around. We have a halftime show coming up. As we mentioned earlier in the game, our technical difficulties right at the beginning did not allow us to show you our pregame graphics, so we'll just move those to halftime. Raiders lining up here. Man in motion for the Wolverines. Wilson will keep it himself going right side and still moving. Still can't bring him down, but they finally do. After a gain about 4 or 5 there, he'll bring up a second and about 6. And that will be the call. So a 4-yard gain there from Wilson on a design quarterback run brings up a 2nd and 6. Substitutions coming into the game here for Chaparral. Going to look to not make this one get out of reach here. Still only down a touchdown, but things can spiral out of control quickly. Another designed run. Wilson, this time he still gets the edge and blown up. Dervin Taylor stalemated him there on the outside. Maybe Wilson will think twice on going to that sideline. We all know he'll have another opportunity, as it's about the millionth run we've seen from him. So a 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Wolverines. We have a game clock issue. So they're resetting it to 2:52. Originally, we heard, please set the game clock to 2. Now it's 2:52 instead of 2:42. That announcement from the referee sounding like the New York City subway there. Unable to make out many words. Wilson will take the snap, going to the right sideline, has a man and driven out of bounds right at the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it here. Will they move the chains? It'll be close. And they're going to give a very generous spot here as this ball will move. And until they spot it, that clock will keep ticking. Unless he ran out of bounds, and I'm losing my mind. Maybe he did. I believe he did. Got tackled in bounds. Snap looking outside here has Monroe. Monroe, nice cutback there, looking for the middle. Breaks a couple tackles. Dallas Macias, though, getting in the mix there and bringing him down. Brandon Monroe had potential there on that one, but dragged down from behind by Dallas Macias. Macias, the Oregon State baseball commit, making that play there. Monroe will stay out there, bottom of your screen. Shotgun snap, they'll get this one going quickly. Wilson finally stopped on one of those quarterback design runs. Tuatelli trying to bring the ball out there. Won't happen. Gain of 1, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So the clock will run. We are under 2 minutes remaining here in this first half of action. A reminder, join us for our halftime show here on the Raider Sports Network. Both teams go to the sidelines here for the play call. So, for the 2-minute warning here, we will be back with you in just a moment on the Radio Sports Network. Wilson in the shotgun, another designed quarterback run. And Nudie Tuatelli takes him down. Based on the spot of that ball, that is not a first down. We'll see if they give him another generous spot. Last time they did to pick up the chains, we will see. He had the ball in his left hand, but when he was taken out of bounds, his right hand was forward, his left hand was behind, so it should not be a first down, but it will be. Oh, goodness. They'll have it. Kylan Wilson here. Out of the shotgun, has Seagal to his left, drops back to throw. He'll launch this one, and nearly intercepted. Would have been his second of the game. Harvey Island instead will get credited with a pass breakup. Joshua Harvey flying all around the field here tonight, made another great break to the ball, and would have had his second interception of the night. Dropped that one. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Clock stops here at 1 minute and 37 seconds. Garrett Padgett hustled to get to the sideline there. Sprinter speed from Garrett Padgett to get off the field. Wilson now in the shotgun, looking left side. He'll throw again. Moves back to his right side. Ball is out. It's on the ground. Who's it recovered by? Looks like Chaparral was able to get back to it. So that will be Wilson recovering the fumble, so add that to his tally tonight. He's been the starting quarterback, listed as a starting running back, starting free safety, starting punter, caught a touchdown, so technically he's their wide receiver 1 for tonight, and recovered a fumble. So a 3rd and 13 on the way here. Timeout taken, though, and we will be back with you in just a moment on the Raider Sports Network. Back with you now on the Raider Sports Network. A little bit of drizzle here tonight. We're going to need to get a cover on the camera as soon as possible so it won't interrupt your viewing experience. 1 minute, 28 seconds on the clock. Wilson will take the snap, looking left. He'll launch deep downfield and way overthrown. Not in the same area code on that attempt there, and it'll bring up a 4th and long. Surely they can't go for it here. One would imagine that a 4th and this long, they would not go for it. Out comes starting punter Kylan Wilson, getting his first snaps here on the field. Good to see a young punter in there doing his thing. Have totally not have seen him tonight before. As a low snap, he'll bobble that one. Good blocking there from Chaparral to not allow that to be a block punt. Back deep is Macias to return, and a muffed punt. It'll stay on the ground, and Chaparral will recover. So Chaparral on a punt there will wind up with the ball, and it'll be a Wolverine first down. Macias there, we've seen him return for touchdowns already. That one unable to hold on to. So a 1st and 10 here for the Wolverines, looking to even this one up. 1:11 on the clock now. Wilson out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Pressure on from Andrew Metzger. There's a hold there. They won't call it. Jaden Franklin dives at his feet. He'll throw this one to the end zone. Corner. Feet in. And they'll call it a touchdown. They did not call a hold on the backside, and the parents are furious. A missed holding call allowed him to get the throw off to the corner of the end zone. And all of a sudden, we have a 1-point game here at Lou Kellogg Stadium. Kylan Wilson finally hits on a throw on the run. Kylan Wilson finally connects on a throw on the run here tonight. Came at the most opportune time for him. Mason Crosby on to take the extra point here. Snap, hold, kick is up and way good. And a flag after the play. We'll await this flag, but once it's called, we might take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. It depends how long they take to deliberate this flag. Looks like they'll just pick up the flag here on the field, but that didn't give us any time to take a break here on the Raider Sports Network. We've had a very busy schedule here as of late in terms of broadcasting. So a personal foul there against Logan Hilliard. Penalty yardage will be enforced on the kickoff. Still awaiting the kickoff here. From this distance, he can knock this one through. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mason Crosby we're dealing with, not the Packers' Mason Crosby. Just some high school kicker, Mason Crosby, but so far his extra points have looked good, so we'll see if he can knock this one through here. It'll be a 40-yard kick on the kickoff here. Let's see if he has the leg. This one will be up, and it splits the uprights. Touchback there. So the Raiders will get started here from their own 20-yard line. That penalty yardage being enforced on the kickoff there. Always makes for a good time to see. In terms of the field position on a kick, it's always pretty funny to get a kick that heads through the uprights there on a... There's another ball on the field as well. Not sure if they'll go get that. The referee will. The Raiders now, though, with a minute even on the clock to get something going. Carroll is in the shotgun here. Behind him is his older brother, and snap is low there. I was about to say behind him, older brother Xavier. Thrown downfield looking for Hayden Moore and knocked away. In coverage there was senior Cisco Lewis. Able to swat that one away. Possibly could have gotten his hands to that one. Instead, it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Carroll out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Handoff. Carroll up the middle is stuffed. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9. Clock continues to run. Third down now. Man in motion is Taylor. He'll line up in the slot here. Snap, looking to the outside, Taylor. He's got blockers up ahead. Tries to throw a stiff arm, and he'll get out of bounds, but not before picking up the first down.
Pass complete to number 1, Dervin Taylor.
So Dervin Taylor, the third on the catch, will move the chains here and set up a first down. Also gets out of bounds to stop the clock at 24 seconds. So the Raiders with 24 seconds have a long way to go here from their own 34. Taking the snap here. Goes Barnes over the middle. Looked for him on a little drag there. Couldn't get it to him. It'll bring up a second down as the clock will stop. 2nd and 10, tie game here at Lou Kellogg Stadium. If you're just joining us here on the Raiders Sports Network, we've had a roller coaster of a game thus far. An interception on the first play of the game by Joshua Harvey. And the Raiders scored on their first drive, but after that, Chaparral put together a few nice drives and finally scored as we see a handoff design. Roll out left here. Carroll will throw on the run, pass low. Intended there for Luke Ford. And a 3rd and 10 upcoming. Clock will stop again. Like we said, Chaparral strung together a few nice drives after the initial Raiders score. Got on the board, and then after that, Raiders tacked on another one. Chaparral answered right back just recently, and that's where we sit right now, 14-14. Number 14, Carroll here. Throws it over the middle. He's got a man, Macias. Macias trying to fight for extra yardage. He'll get through. On the ground. And they have timeouts, so they'll decide to take one. We'll also take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. Hudson Ridley joined by Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West. We will see you in just a moment. Eight seconds on the clock. Raiders with eyes on the end zone. Chaparral playing way deep here. You got to imagine they might go short. They will not. Carroll steps up in the pocket outside, and Moore gets out of bounds with enough time on the clock. Hayden Moore with 3 seconds sets up the Raiders in good field position. Will they go for it? Ty Murphy comes out onto the field. This would be a heck of a kick here from Murphy. Based on where the holder will spot this ball, it would be a 54-yard kick. Ty Murphy lining up from 54 yards. Macias the holder. Kylan Wilson will head back deep. The snap, the hold, sweeps the leg. Murphy's kick is low and into the hands of Wilson. Here we go. Kylan Wilson, a dangerous returner, cuts back and just tackled there. That will end the half. 14-14 your score from Lou Kellogg Stadium. Homecoming weekend here for the Raiders. We will be back with you with a halftime show in just a moment here on the Raider Sports Network. Hudson Ridley, joined by Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West up top. We will see you in just a moment. Thank you. back with you now here on the Raider Sports Network. We have a few issues here with our going, and looks like we are not going to have a halftime show. Our broadcast refuses to cooperate with us. If you see a green screen right now, so do we. Not sure how we are going to fix that now.
No, it's this. It's this thing. It's the issue. So play this.
Well, after an eventful first half, we figured out what might have broken the camera. I've been making graphics for a lot of weeks, and never have I made enough graphics to break the computer. This is a first for me. Hopefully, this does not happen again. Maybe we'll try running our graphics one more time. You guys want a green screen? Oh, and we're green again. We'll get that back for you in just a moment. And we're no longer green. All right. We tried with our halftime show. It will not happen. We will be back on with you for the Raider Sports Network for the second half. For Hudson, Ridley, Nick Marks, Manus Largan, and Eliza West up top, we'll see you in just a moment.
And once again, we are very sorry that we cannot get that halftime show working for you. We will be back in 3 minutes and 50 seconds with the rest of the game. Thank you. And welcome back to Lou Kellogg Stadium. I'm Nick Marks, joined by Hudson Ridley. We have just over a minute left before we start the second half.
with you on the Raider Sports Network for our second half of action here from Lou Kellogg Stadium. Game tied at 14. A little bit of a surprise coming into today's game based off of the previous strength of schedule, but, you know, football, it can happen any night. So Raiders going to have to step up here in the second half and win every quarter, as they say. Want to make sure these next two quarters are handled well. They will start with the ball here. Mason Crosby set to kick it off here. Lines up. Raises the right arm and puts his foot through it to start our second half of action. Kick a little short, fielded by Barnes. Barnes to the right sideline. Good blocking there on the outside. Cuts it back inside. Tries to break a tackle. Can't stays on his feet. He was never down there. At least it didn't look like it from our angle. DeAndre Barnes there, setting up the Raiders with decent field position for their first drive of the second half. Raiders going back into the huddle here. Going to try to figure out the play call. We apologize for our halftime show difficulties here on the Raider Sports Network. Usually when we make graphics, they play, not brick and turn the screen green. But, you know, every once in a while, we're going to experience technical difficulties, sometimes more than others. So hopefully we do not have any issues of it switching back to that number again. 1st and 10 upcoming here. Second person responsible for the chains is possibly having a tough time. Looks like the marker for the downboard may have fallen apart. And they're just going to trash it. Okay. We'll see what they do here. Maybe get innovative. Oh, they're bringing in another. They're bringing in the backup. Backup subbing into the game here for the Downs crew. Seeing its first action of the season, the backup down counter here. As we set to get underway for the second half. Carroll and Carroll, the duo in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, cuts up the middle, looking towards the right sideline and gains a couple. Xavier Carroll bowling through bodies there. Xander Carroll. Faked the handoff to Xavier Carroll is what I meant to say. Had that compartmentalized in my brain all ready to say, and the words didn't come out the right way. Happens occasionally. Offensive line lining up here. Receivers, Barnes, Ford, and Macias. Takes the snap. Handoff. Carroll, he's got a hole and tripped up. Nearly a massive play there, but Vogt makes the tackle. Good tackle there by Vogt to save what would have been a monster run. Carroll had a head of steam there, looking to get through the hole. Slice up the middle there, and a good hole opened up by the O-line. Just a good play there in the hole there by Vogt, the running back, to force a third down. Third down and short here for the Raiders. Carroll out of the shotgun here. Takes the snap. Handoff. Carroll running left side. Stiff arm. Runs down the sideline. He's got room and tackled at the 40. Xavier Carroll. And the Raiders have moved the chains and picked up a first down. Carroll with 2 good carries in a row, blocking really shaped up there to the outside. The linebacker for the Wolverines, was able to get out to the edge and try to set the edge, but Carroll threw a nice stiff arm in there, able to get close to the sideline and pick up the first down. Carroll now from the shotgun. A crucial 3rd and 2. He turns a play to get a few short yards into a play to get a bunch of long ones as he takes it to the end zone and puts the Raiders up 6. Extra point on the way here. We saw Murphy attempt from 54 in the first half. Kick didn't quite make it. This kick, though, splits the uprights, and the Raiders take a 21-0 lead. Thank you for joining us here on the Raider Sports Network. We will be back in just a moment. Hudson Ridley alongside Nick Barks and Eliza West up top. We will see you in just a moment. Thank you. Back with you now on the Raider Sports Network. Dylan McCullough set to kick this one off. And you'll put a foot to it and send it long. Down into the end zone. It'll bounce for a touchback. So the Raider defense comes out onto the field. A big highlight for them in the first half. Those DB's getting good plays. Dervin Taylor had a near interception there and a couple of good plays, a big hit, but Joshua Harvey nearly with 2 interceptions, got one of them on the first play of the game, from scrimmage at least. So the Raiders defense playing well here tonight. Something they have to stop in that second half, though, is that quarterback power from Kylan Wilson. As we see Wilson here in the shotgun. Vote behind him, man in motion. And a flag before the play can even get underway. Excuse me, a flag right as the play got underway. Prior to the snap, looks like it was encroachment on the defense there. So that'll bring up a 1st and 5 now. Every yard counts, so losing those 5 originally is really going to hurt here. Hopefully it doesn't turn into anything big, but, you know, those small mistakes can sometimes snowball into big ones. They'll get to the line here. Man in motion across the formation. Looks like they'll run the quarterback power again. Wilson bouncing into the outside, but can't get past the arms of Brooks Gehrig. A good form tackle there. Can you believe he's a pitcher, too? And not just any pitcher, a dang good one. Committed to the School of Mines here in Colorado. We wish him all the best. We will be broadcasting baseball season on the Raider Sports Network when that approaches this year. Finally, we're able to get some Wi-Fi and a good setup out there, and so hopefully that will go well. Wilson now from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking left side. Has a pass complete. And up the middle. Finally tackled down there. But not before picking up a first down. Number 6 there. Braden Monroe. Monroe's been all around the ball tonight. Picks up another touch there. That one going for a first down catch and run. Raiders were playing pretty deep there, so Wolverines just taking advantage, going underneath. Not necessarily underneath. It was a bit of a deeper slant, it looked like, but still going semi-underneath. There's another quarterback power, but he's going to bounce it back to the other side because he had no room on the right, and he's got no room on the left. Pickup of 1 there for Kylan Wilson. And we've got a man down here for the Raiders. So with that, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. We will be back with you in just a moment. Wilson from the shotgun here, man in motion across formation. Wilson takes the snap, looking left side. Gonna air it out, downfield. And nearly intercepted by Dervin Taylor. Nearly tipped up and caught by Taylor, but he couldn't pick it off. That'll bring up third down. Wilson was looking to air that one out. Pass a little short there. And Taylor, good job to turn around, get his head around, get a hand to the ball there, and nearly intercept that one. But instead, we'll have a 3rd down and 9. From the shotgun here, Wilson, another throw. Was he going to try it again? No, because he can't. Oh, was nearly going to call a sack there, but he able to get it out. Was wrapped up going down, but still able to get it off. Looking on the sideline there, but couldn't get it to go, and the punt team will come out. So Kylan Wilson on to punt now. Got to be prepared for a fake. Punt formation with Wilson as punter doesn't look too different from a QB power, which we know they love to run, so maybe we'll see something here. Just a straightforward punt. This one low. It's a bouncer. They'll on to kick the extra point here is Murphy. Trying to go 4 for 4 on extra points, and he will. So with that, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. Raiders lead 28-14. For Hudson Ridley, for Nick Marks and Eliza West, I'm Hudson Ridley, and I'll see you in just a moment. Thank you. Back with you here on the Raider Sports Network for an upcoming kickoff. McCullough will take this one. Puts a foot to it. And we'll start another drive of football here from Lou Kellogg Stadium. So a touchback here for Chaparral, and that's how they'll start this half of play. Not half of play, this drive. We've called a lot of games in the last few weeks. We were slated to do 5 last week in the span of 26 hours. Unfortunately, we were only able to get to 4. But over the last few weeks, I'd say about 10 games is a Kylan Wilson quarterback power, and they're finally catching up to it. We said that at the beginning of the half. If the Raiders really want to slow Chaparral, they have to stop the quarterback power. That's the only play that's been hurting them so far. Well, not in the second half. Kylan Wilson hasn't had anywhere to move. As we mentioned, we've done a lot of broadcasts here on the Raider Sports Network in recent days, but just a quick pat on the back here for the Raider Sports Network. We did recently just win first place in the broadcasting category at the Colorado Student Media Awards. So that was pretty nice. As Wilson, under duress, gets it off outside, hesitates a little there, and brought down. On the catch there was number 24, Austin Segal. Segal caught that pass and looked a little confused. He looked upfield. He's wondering, where do we go? Carroll checks back into the game now. Chaparral on a 3rd and 10 here. Clock running. They'll get to the line. Shotgun snap. He'll look to pass. Franklin chasing him down. Moving out to the side and finally brought down. Good range there from the big fella in the middle. Jaden Franklin had him under pressure and chased him all the way outside the pocket. Tried to scramble, but Franklin still caught up to him and brought him down. The big nose tackle, number 77, Jaden Franklin, making a big play there. And the punt team will come on for Chaparral. Raiders student section starting to get back into this one. It's a colder night here at Lou Kellogg Stadium as Wilson's punt is away. Nice kick there. Macias will field. Picks up a good block there from Padilla. Oh, a good block and a flag. That'll go against Jose Gutierrez for a block in the back. And Macias trying to escape tacklers, but it won't matter. Gutierrez trying to lay out a block there for his guy, but this one will be coming back here for an illegal block in the back. Macias trying to make something happen out of nothing there, but unaware that that flag was on them. So, the Raiders will move back here as the sideline shifts. Raider offense, though, set to get back out on the field here. 28-14 lead. We were 14-14 at halftime, but a good run from Carroll and a strike from DeAndre Barnes switched our score up a little bit. Raiders doubling the Wolverines right now, 28-14. Going to look to add on another score. Your receivers here, bottom of your screen, Ecubon in the slot forward and all the way up at the top. The last touchdown scorer, DeAndre Barnes. Medina in the backfield. Carroll sends Ecubon in motion. Ecubon with the catch. Tries to split 2 defenders and able to pick up a couple there. It'll be more than a couple for a gain of about 5 or 6.
Gain of 6 yards. Second down.
Carroll now. Man in motion is Metzger. Carroll, snap, speed option, pitch outside Medina. He's got blockers down the sideline, and Medina knocked out of bounds, but not after picking up the first down. Anthony Medina moves the chains here for the Raiders, and they're just getting cooking here again on another drive. Trying to go 3 for 3 in terms of points on their first 3 drives. You got to assume if they get points here, it'll be a touchdown. We haven't seen many field goals kicked this year. Last year we had another amazing kicker, Jordi De La Torre. Had good range just like Murphy, but we didn't see them kick many field goals with him either. Man in motion is Ekuban. Handoff Medina. He's got a hole. Good blocking. Down to the sideline. Spins out of a tackle. They're going to say he stepped on the sideline there. So good blocking there. Set up a nice run from Medina. And we'll have another Raider first down. In Chaparral's half now. Carroll will take the snap. Handoff Medina up the middle. Trying to break through a tackler there, but won't do it. A late push there after the play. But nothing will come of it. Carroll now out of the shotgun. Blitz off the right side, and he throws it over Barnes. Chaparral sent pressure off that left side, Sent an extra rusher, got into the backfield, but of course Carroll didn't know. He was on his blind side. Still threw it just a little too high for Barnes. Carroll now sends a man in motion. Macias. Another speed option. Pitched outside. Macias trying to decide where to go. Spinning through tacklers there. And picking up a Raider first down. Now, we've seen the speed option a lot this year. Never have we seen it in ways like this, incorporating DeAndre Barnes, incorporating Dallas Macias. We saw a lot of those speed options backfire throughout the year. But this time, they're starting to figure it out. And with the confidence that they have in that play call clearly, this could be a dangerous play for a long time. Carroll keeps it there on a read option, and he'll take that one up the middle for a gain of a couple. If you're experiencing some buffering here on the Raider Sports Network, we suggest you restart the website here as we have a man down for Chaparral. It'd be a good time to just restart here, come back in, and see if anything changes. For Hudson Ridley, Nick Marks. Raider offense takes the field. Medina checked in at running back here. Top of your screen, Barnes. Carroll, another speed option. He'll keep this one. Gets a block from Macias on the outside. Carroll trying to turn the corner there. Can't successfully, though, as he's pushed out of bounds, but not before a nice gain. A first and goal upcoming here for the Raiders as it looks like it'll move the chains, and it will. So a first and goal on its way as we're down to 1:35 remaining in the third quarter. Raiders awaiting the play call from the sideline here. Carroll in the shotgun. Has Luke Ford on the bottom of your screen. Hands it off to Medina, who gets up the middle. Nearly untouched into the end zone. And the Raiders add another score onto the board. 34-14. Murphy lines up for the extra point here. Macias to hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up and through. So 35-14 your score. We're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. Hudson Ridley, Nick Marks, and Eliza West with you. We will be back with you in just a moment. Back with you on the Raider Sports Network for Dylan McCullough's kickoff here. Nights getting progressively chillier out here, but the Raiders are just starting to heat up. This isn't the end of it, as they've scored 21 in this second half and shut out the Wolverines thus far. Monroe fields the kick, trying to switch field, breaks through a tackler, gets around another, picks up a block, and stuffed there. Monroe there ran about possibly 40 yards, 45 yards for not much gain there. Some whistles after the play, possibly to stop some extracurriculars. There is a flag down, possibly a block in the back here. We did see one on the sideline. So a personal foul there on Tony Padilla will give better field position here for the Chaparral Wolverines. Raiders here tonight playing well on the field, but really have to limit those penalties. Those penalties, I'd say, are really allowing Chaparral to, I would say, stay in this game. Their offense hasn't looked particularly good this half, as we see a run up the middle for not much gain. Allowing Chaparral to stay in the game, I guess you could say, but especially in the first half, those penalties were killers. So going to have a little uptick in the discipline here for next week. Wilson takes the snap, looking to the sideline, and pass dropped there. Had a receiver there, heading towards the sideline, Otto Huffman, but Huffman drops that one. So a 3rd and 9 upcoming here for the Wolverines. Really trying to avoid a 3 and out here. Almost said 4 and out. There are not 5 downs. Looking to avoid a 3 and out. Takes the snap. Pressure on. Looking outside, and ball thrown into the dirt there. A missile to the 40-yard line marker. It'll bring on likely the punt team here. We'll see as Wilson backs up. Wilson Oh, and they're going to run a fake. Finally, they're running a fake, and they won't get it. Tackle Mason Simonson. We were mentioning it all night here on the Raider Sports Network. That punt lineup with Wilson as the punter looks awfully a lot like that QB power that they run every 3 plays.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. The Regis Jesuit will take over, first down and 10.
A good tackle there from Simonson. Everyone was heading downfield. Mason Simonson, good instincts there. Something about Simonson that you may have missed because we had a late start to our broadcast. He was out there for the national anthem as part of the choir, so someone who does it all. Been a constant theme here tonight, you could say. Carroll. Designed rollout right. Stands up in the pocket. Downfield has DeAndre Barnes! And tackled just before the end zone. A good throw there. And a great catch there from DeAndre Barnes. First down, Raiders here. But a timeout first. So, end of the third quarter. Thought it was a timeout. So with that, we're going to take a timeout here on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Nick Marks and Eliza West up top. We will see you in just a moment. Back with you on the #1 broadcast in the state here. Carroll in the pocket, looking over the middle, has Luke Ford, a touchdown! Right on the money! 41 points up on the board. What a second half from the Raiders. From 1-4 to 4-1. Murphy now on to kick the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick. Started off a little low, but splits the uprights.
Just at the start of the fourth quarter, Seville Hens 14 and the Raiders 42.
A quick shout out here on the Raider Sports Network to our RJTV crew here. If you haven't already, go subscribe to the RJ Media YouTube channel. If you're watching this on the RJ Media YouTube channel after the fact, go ahead, click that subscribe button down below. I feel like a real YouTuber now. Go ahead and click subscribe, like, turn on notifications. I believe that's the order. Post notifications. All that good stuff. And watch our weekly RJTVs. Again, they took home third place at this year's Colorado Student Media Awards, broadcast winning first place in our category, as it's sent down to the left side here. Monroe wrapped up nearly immediately and taken out of bounds. Good tackling there from the Raiders, and they'll start from inside their own 20 here.
Taken out of bounds.
Wolverines in the huddle now.
Start first down attack at 21-yard line.
It's gotten even colder here in Lou Kellogg Stadium. As we see Vogt now on a direct snap here. Down the sideline and nearly picking up a first down here. We'll see what they give the spot to. Usually we'd see Wilson on that play, but I don't think Wilson was in.
Incidental face mask on the defense, number 11. 5-yard penalty be assessed at the end of the run.
So a face mask here on the defense. That'll go against Hayden Moore. They said number 11. I didn't see Moore out there. He is out there on that last play. But, yep, that was him. So the penalty yardage will be tacked on and an automatic first down for the Wolverines. 42-14 your score, 11:38 on the clock. Vogt again hands it off to the outside and stuffed. Met immediately. Nooney to Atelli. Way to get into the backfield there. We've been saying it all year now. Nooney to Atelli, he lives in the backfield thus far, racking up sacks this year. He's listed as a 3-star on 24/7 Sports, the only place I'd trust for my rankings. That's not an advertisement. That sounded a lot like one. The only place I trust for my rankings, 24/7 Sports. He's rated as a 3-star. Don't be surprised if he goes up to 4. Do not be surprised. Vogt still in here now. Takes a direct snap again. Macias tried to light him up, and Carroll will. Woo! Train coming through. Xavier Carroll puts him in the dirt. My goodness. And Vogt will head to the sidelines. So we've seen Wilson be checked out of the game, and then Vogt came in, ran a couple of Wildcat plays. Who are they going to go to next? Oh, Wilson comes back out onto the field now. What a monster hit, by the way. A touchdown and a massive hit here from Xavier Carroll. He's having himself a night. Wilson now from the shotgun, looking left side, pressures on, throws left side, pass complete. Trying to extend for the first down, was not close, about a yard short there, and will bring up a 4th down. On the catch there was number 17, Otto Huffman. 4th down here for Chaparral, and at this point, you have to keep your offense out onto the field now. You're down big. 4th quarter, down by 4 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter. Now, heavy formation here up front. What if we see a QB power? We do not. It'll be a run, actually, to the outside, and he won't get it. Stopped behind the line. Raiders rally to the ball. Jaden Franklin wrecking things up front. And Nooney Tuatelli and crew come through to wrap him up. First down, Raiders. Raider offense comes out onto the field now. This will be Brandon Severns. Now, if you're a regular viewer of the broadcast, we're a Brandon Severns broadcast here. That's what we like to say. We love him here. As a handoff, Medina up the middle, trying to split tacklers there, and he'll pick up the first down. Like we said, my great friend Brandon Severns, always fun to see him check into the game, and you know, it's good to see Carroll get some rest too. Carroll, a fantastic game here today, making all the throws that he needed to make, and It's been great to see his progression as the season has advanced. He's looking real good right now. And, this Raider team really starting to gel and come together. Severance will send Ecubon in motion. Snap is low. Medina will end up with it and churning through. Snap was low and possibly mistimed there. Medina did scoop it up, though. Looks like Severance even kind of shovel past it to him maybe after recovering it on the ground there. Carroll will check into the game here for Medina. Second down and medium for the Raiders. Looking to add more points on the board here. Something out on the field now. The middle, and for a first down. Explosion in those cutbacks from Carroll. Two almost video game-like cutbacks with that knee motion. Did a little whoop, whoop, and threw a stiff arm there. Hit that right stick twice, couple jukes, and then tap the B button there, or circle, I believe, for PlayStation. I'm an Xbox player, so I wouldn't know, but I believe it's circle as the equivalent. Severance out of the shotgun. Man in motion across the formation is Wyrock. Speed option here. Pitch outside Carroll. Carroll, he's got a blocker. Bangs through bodies. And he'll pick up a first down here. We thought he picked up a first down on the last one, but was just short of the marker. This one will get it by a lot. Carroll here having himself a night, as we mentioned. He'll check out again. Medina will come in. Murphy will see action here, as well as McCullough, who's been taking the kickoffs tonight. Here's Severance from the shotgun. Man in motion is McCullough. Blitz is on. Medina, left side, untouched, into the end zone. 48-14. Raiders keep adding more. Halftime adjustments have been fantastic. Whatever speech was given in the locker room at halftime gave them what they needed to come out here and do what they've done thus far. 35-0 in the second half after being tied at 14 in the first. 34-0. We have not had the extra point yet. On to attempt his 7th of the night is Ty Murphy, who was just out there for that play. Macias the holder. Kick is up and good again. Ty Murphy 7 for 7 on the night.
6 minutes and 54 seconds left. The Wolverines 14 and your Raiders 49.
So 6 minutes and 54 seconds left. We'll be back with you in just a moment on the Raider Sports Network. I'm Hudson Ridley, joined by Nick Marks, Eliza West on top. We'll see you in just a second. Bye. McCullough on to take this place kick here. Gonna send another one deep. Oh, fumbled by Monroe back there, muffed. But he's got a lane there, brought down. Jose Gutierrez on the tackle. Every time that he makes a play in special teams, we always like to shout out his business, 10 Toe Designs. Follow him on Instagram. Subscribe to their YouTube. Fantastic cleats and shoes. Custom designed by Jose Gutierrez. I might have to get a pair myself at this point. I've been wearing these Air Maxes for a long time. Personally, I'm an Air Max guy, so, Air Max 90s have lasted me a little while. Maybe I'll want to upgrade. And if I do, probably get them designed by Jose Gutierrez. He'll stay out there, bottom of your screen. Wilson on now. A jet sweep here. Monroe has a little bit of an edge. And Ekuban, good range there to bring him down. Ekuban was in there as an overhang defender, able to get to the other sideline and bring him down. Second down, upcoming. It'll be a 2nd and 5. Raider student section starting to head home, as well as the Raider parent section. Usually I have a good section of parents in front of me right here to try out new material and stuff like that. Feels like a stand-up comic, as there has to be a flag on that one. Looked like a bit of a false start there, maybe. And it will be. Yeah, it always feels like, doing a little bit of stand-up out here, seeing what the audience is feeling. Don't necessarily have that right now, so we'll see. If I have a joke that misses, I apologize in advance, because it could potentially happen. Second down and 10 is the yardage they picked up originally. Will be negated by a false start. Wilson in the shotgun now. Man in motion across formation. He'll take the snap, hand it off, going left side, and wrapped up Mason Simonson there on the tackle. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon there. He was moving. Able to wrap him up from behind there. 3rd and 5 now. The Wolverines on this drive gained 5 yards, lost 5 yards, and gained 5 more to bring up a 3rd and 5. Wilson and company going to try to get something going here. But time is running out. 6:31 on the clock here. Left in the game. Wilson now. He'll line up in the shotgun. A man in motion up top. He'll take this one. Looking downfield, pressure on. He'll roll out. Left side, is he going to take off? He will. And just gets back to the line to gain there. 4th down upcoming. Now, at this point, I don't know what I do. Would I punt to avoid extra points on the board? Would I go for it and try to get some of my own? A dilemma here. Would I line up in punt formation and run the QB power that I love? Now I'm getting in the mind of the Chaparral head coach. Here we go. Wilson in punt formation. Let's see if they actually do. And they will. Punt is off and headed for Ekuban. Ekuban fields the punt, going to the near sideline. Ekuban turns the corner and run out of bounds there. We have a man down in the middle of the field, so we will be back with you on the Raider Sports Network in just a moment. I'm Hudson Ridley. back with you here on the Raider Sports Network. Severn's now in the shotgun. Jaden Thermidor checks into the game here. He'll be in the backfield. Severns takes the snap, looking outside, has McCullough. McCullough, stiff arm, can't stay on his feet.
Severn's pass is complete.
It'll be a loss of a couple there and bring up a second and longer. Severns back out there again. Handoff, Thermidor, running left side. Thermidor picks up a block. Jaden Thermidor to the end zone. The sophomore with a touchdown. His first of his young career. And we have a running clock in Lou Kellogg Stadium.
Number 34 on the run. Under the end zone for Regis Joseph, a touchdown.
Jaden Thermidor. Jaden Thermidor. He's not on the roster, I don't think. He's in my robotics class, so I talked to him today because I was like, hey, I haven't seen you, like, I don't have your number on the thing, so, like, let me get your name. He scored. So, yeah. Jaden Thermidor. He's a sophomore. Yeah. Good speed. Yeah. Good touchdown. That's what we like to see. Murphy getting square to take this extra point here. Macias will hold this one here. Looking to add more on. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up and through the uprights. So with that, we're going to take a quick timeout here on the Raider Sports Network with a running clock. We will be back with you in just a moment. For Hudson Ridley, Nick Marks, and up top Eliza West, we will see you in just a second. Back with you on the Raider Sports Network. Raiders with a running clock, 56-14 lead as we tick down to 3 minutes remaining in this game. McCullough to take this kickoff. I do say in this game, usually I say fourth quarter. I believe in miracles, but not this big of a miracle. As ball bounces there, Monroe unable to field it.
End zone for a touchback.
And the clock will continue to run. We'll have a little bit of a post-game show for you here on the Raider Sports Network before we pack it up for the night. We greatly appreciate you for sticking through us with a couple of technical difficulties tonight. You guys at home are what make the broadcast possible, and without all of you, we wouldn't be able to do what we love here on the Raider Sports Network. As man across motion, in formation, handoff, they'll fake it. Rolling right side is Wilson. He'll dump down, and pass incomplete, but still a shot taken. Mason Simonson.
Wilson's pass was incomplete.
He didn't care where that ball went. He was getting that hit.
Stokes. Looking at second down.
Next week, we will take on Legend. That game will be live for you. It'll be on Saturday the 9th, so not Friday night, Saturday morning. at 1 p.m., so afternoon, I guess. We'll be on the road for that one. Echo Park Stadium, a nice place to broadcast the game as we see a handoff here outside. Good job by the Raiders of setting the edge there as the clock continues to run. We're approaching a minute remaining here. A 3rd down and 6, and that's been the theme this second half for Chaparral. A good first half in terms of moving the ball. They had a good game plan coming out of the gate, but all of a sudden that game plan just seemed to disappear. They couldn't rely on Kylan Wilson anymore as the millionth QB power failed in the second half, and that'll be the tale of this game. Handoff running right side. Nearly run out of bounds there, and they'll finally get to him. Under 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if they try to run another play here, but this decision will be theirs. Again, stick around for us. We're going to have a short post-game show here on the Raider Sports Network. And the clock will run out on this one. The Raiders take their homecoming game by a whopping margin, running it up in the second half. For the #1 broadcast in the state, I'm Hudson Ridley, Nick Marks with Eliza West up top. We will be back with you for postgame in just a moment. Thank you. Wilson, and oh my goodness, we've green screened again. Oh boy, it's bricked. We will get an interview possibly. We'll see. You know what? It's a little too cold to keep the broadcast going. So, no post-game show here tonight, but thank you so much for joining us here on the #1 broadcast in the state, the Raider Sports Network. We will be back with you next week, Saturday,